Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some Call of Duty Ghosts. So let's hop right in and start a new game. Now, here's a bit of a fun fact about me personally. This was like the PS3 version of this game, which I'm currently playing the PS4 version, but either way. The PS3 version of this game was actually the first Call of Duty game I ever owned. Honestly, I never got around to playing it too much because I never really
It was a different time.
got into the Call of Duty games like that. I never really did.
60 men from tier 1 teams were sent to face
because, you know, like, it was just a multitude of factors. I just wanted to play a bunch of other games on top of, you know, never finding the time to play a Call of Duty game. So, yeah. Let's just see what I can do here.
Held their ground. But the enemy's numbers were too great. The 60 were cut down to 15. They wouldn't last another night, and the enemy knew it. Under the cover of darkness, they evacuated the hospital, sending only one of their own to lead the way. The rest returned to the line and took up positions beneath the bodies of their fallen brothers. As they lay in wait, the blood from the dead poured over them. The sand stuck to their skin like a shroud, changing them, anointing them. When the enemy drew near, the remaining 14 rose out of the desert sand. They were like hunters that couldn't be seen, using stealth their enemies couldn't defend against.
Honestly, there's one thing the main reason I've been starting so many series recently is because it's mostly series that I never really got into. Like, look at Assassin's Creed, Resident Evil, this game for Call of Duty. I've never really played, like, before I started playing them on this channel, I never really got into those series before. And that's honestly why I've been starting a series on those 3 games. I never really got into them before. Heck, most games on this channel, now there is a select few, I won't deny that. Like, for example, Minecraft Story Mode, almost every LEGO game I've played on this channel up to this point, and a few others, I played those on this channel. But those are, like, a select few games out of, like, I want to say the upwards of 100 games I've played on this channel. But yeah, I've never really, besides those select few, I've never really got into any of the games that I've played on this channel so far. And it's mostly first playthroughs for most games for me. But yeah. Just give me one quick second so I can give you an accurate number. You know what? Might as well screw all that counting that I had to do. Let's just say 20 games that I played on this channel. Out of the, I want to say about 100 or so games that I played on this channel. I already had at least some experience with them. But yeah. The rest of them, it was essentially first playthroughs. Especially so for every Resident Evil game besides 7, 8, and Requiem. Other than those 3 games, every playthrough for me for the games were essentially first playthroughs. Because those were Requiem, 7, and 8 were the first Resident Evil games I fully beat. Before I played them on this channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the games that I don't have much experience with that I've already mentioned. So yeah. Either way, let's just try and follow Hesh and just see what I can do. I think his name is Hesh. Hesh. It looks like Hush to me, but it's Hesh. Yeah, that's a really weird name if you ask me. Let's just get out of this house. Yeah, I haven't played Call of Duty Ghosts in, I would say, at least a few years by now. The last time I really played it was, like, when I want to say about, I was, like, 11 years old. Even then, that was the only real experience I really ever had with Call of Duty. So, yeah.
Hey Baker, here's our ride. Let's head in.
Wait, actually, never mind. Cause I actually started getting my first Call of Duty games whenever I was like in the 4th grade. I think it was like 9, 10 years old around that time. Whenever I first started getting Call of Duty games, I think the only reason that I'm saying it was like around the 4th grade is because, well, the second Call of Duty game I ever had, which I believe is, uh, hold on, I have to go look at what game it is. Okay, it was World at War for the PS3. I got that in the 4th grade. Um, yeah. And then I got, like, before that, it was Ghost, which I've already mentioned. That was the first Call of Duty game I ever got. So yeah. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I really wanted to talk about on that subject. Otherwise, I really, like, I've been collecting games since I was, like, I want to say about 6, 7 years old. Um, so yeah, I've been collecting games for years. And I think I've been playing them for about the same amount of time. Can I at least save a couple of these people? Come on, I want to at least be the hero. I want to save a couple people. You know? Well, I don't think I can anyways. Let's go ahead and get through this too. But yeah, let's just see what I can get done. Mosley? I don't think, that name would be like a real person's name for that SPC. I don't think that would be someone's first name. I highly doubt that one. So I'm going with Mosley as her name. Let's just see what I can do. Hold on real quick. I gotta pause the recording. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just continue this, the game already and just see what I can do. Yeah, I'm not letting any of these weirdos kill me. After all I've done to make it here, I am not losing any progress this early in the game. Whenever I just got a gun, I am not losing progress at that point. That would just be flat out stupidity on my end, if anything. Like, just to lose all this progress whenever I just got a gun. Either way, let's just see what I can do. Wait, I'm gonna have to turn on, subtitles real quick. So let's just see what I can do.
Odin Control, we have no choice. We're scuttling the station. I'm sorry, Mosley.
Alright, let's see what we can do. We have to get out of here. Because I think they're about to crash the satellite into Earth. Yeah. With people still on, by the way. Oh. I thought I had to take a couple shots there, because, well, obvious reasons. You know what? I've been playing a lot of aim-based combat games anymore, like Resident Evil, this game, and so many others. I've been playing a lot of shooters, and honestly, I think that's improved my aim a lot. Considering, well, I just played a couple rounds of Fortnite. Honestly, I think that one of the people I played against in, like, the first round that I ever was in, I think they might have been a hacker, because they went for full-on body blows with what I assume is a low-tier gun. And just took me out with full health and full shield in just, like, a couple shots, max. Like, Jesus Christ. They had to have done something to amp up the damage. Like, there's just no chance. Because body blows, they do, like, mediocre damage. Even with higher tier guns. They don't take you out that quickly. That, or they just need to nerf the guns for Fortnite. Either or. Because they are just way too busted at that point. Where even mediocre, like, gray tier guns can, kill you in just a couple shots. Either or, they just need to nerf some of the guns, And that's honestly something that I feel needs to happen in a lot of shooters. Like, that's genuinely something I think needs to happen a lot. Especially more recently. They just need to try and do whatever they can to, provide some ample nerfs. Because, like, if regular common guns can kill your enemies in a couple shots. Like if it was a single player game, that would be different. But if it's in an online match, then yeah, they need to be nerfed at that point. You know? So yeah. And that's honestly something I really hate, especially like since a lot of like the more powerful guns are so common in shooters. Like it just really sucks the fun out of things, you know?
2, 1, push!
Alright. Let's just see what I can do to get out of here. Because there's no way I'm surviving any of this. Screw Hesh, I'm gonna leave him behind if I get the opportunity. What the heck happened there? What did I do wrong? Like, genuinely, what did I do wrong? Like, did I just jump way too early and it, you know, the shockwave killed me? Is that what happened? Because if it was, then that would just be genuine bullcrap. Because you have to rely on, you know, running out of here. But Jesus Christ, this is like, what, some city-level destruction, if anything? So it's kind of weird how we're basically starting with city, maybe even town-level destruction. What the heck happened? I am so confused about what happened there. Either way, let's just get out of here to see what I can do. Because regardless, I'm probably going to have to just see what I can do. So yeah. I don't really care about Hesh. I don't really care if he lives or dies. I gotta survive myself. I don't care at that point if anybody else lives or dies, because I gotta, you know, I gotta run for my life. I don't care about anybody else. What happened? I am so confused.
Dad, we're okay. Come on, Logan. Get me now. We gotta get out of here.
How are you gonna drive a truck over the road like this? Like, it is so clearly destroyed that I don't even think driving is even possible in this area anymore. Like, genuinely, I don't. But either way, let's just see what we can do.
The Federation's rise to power had started years ago. When the great energy-producing deserts were destroyed, the world powers that depended
You know
on
what?
them
I think that
collapsed. In their
these
wake,
types of cutscenes right here, I think that they're just recaps, so I'm just gonna skip past them until I get into the main game, if anything. You know, whenever I get the opportunity to, anyways. So yeah, I think that those are just recap cutscenes. So yeah.
Copy. Yeah, we're here. Go ahead.
Reports are coming in. Dallas got overrun last night. Command wants another sweep of the wall ASAP.
Shit. Any survivors?
Negative.
What are the odds of there being no survivors here?
He's asleep.
You know what? I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Alright, sorry about that, but during the pausing of the recording, I genuinely think I just heard the worst take ever.
Hey, I just got
They said Shao Tucker from Full Metal Alchemist is a good father. You heard me. There are legitimate people out there who think Shao Tucker is a good dad.
Secure the exit. 218.
Yeah, I don't need to, like, if you know the context, you do not need much explaining for why that's a horrible take. Like, straight up dookie. You know? Like, you do not need much explanation. He straight up fused his own kid with a dog. Yeah, that is one of the most infamous reasons why he's a bad father. Like, he fused his daughter with a dog just to keep his own license as an alchemist. Yeah, that does not need much explanation past that. You know? But yeah. I am genuinely surprised at this point for how, outright stupid some people can be. Either way, let's just try and get out of here. And just see what I can get done. Because honestly, I just really want to, do whatever I can to finish up this game. Now keep in mind, I'm only I want to say 15, 16 minutes into the game, I think. So yeah. That was a lot of what I can only assume is deer.
Guess Riley was getting hungry.
Yeah, obviously too. Honestly, I just wonder, do COD moments still exist? Do they still exist to this day? I know that Call of Duty as a franchise has gone severely downhill in terms of popularity.
Still standing.
But I don't know if COD moments still exist. Which, to be honest, judging by the fact I've already mentioned that I never really got into Call of Duty, you can probably tell that I never really had too many of those kinds of moments. You can probably tell that, just from that alone. I've never really... Actually, come to think of it, I never really played too many shooters growing up.
Someone's out there.
Yeah, and that's probably why I never really was, into them as heavily as, for example, some other people. Because shooters is, one of the biggest genres out there. But growing up, I only really ever played, a select few games out of my collection, if anything. But yeah. I didn't really play too many of them. There was still a few games I played here and there for the shooter genre and stuff, but I never really played too many of them. There were still a few games I played out of my select circle, but even then it wasn't that many in comparison to the ones I did play. So yeah. Mostly because of how we had the console set up back then, which I've always been a console gamer. I've always been one. But yeah. I never really had too many opportunities to play shooters at that point, with just the way the consoles were set up. Alright, let's just take a couple of shots. I killed a civilian. I thought that those were enemy soldiers. Yeah. That was... why put NPCs there if you're not supposed to kill them? That seems kind of counterintuitive, if you ask me. Putting civilians in a place where you're not meant to shoot. In a way that it feels like you're supposed to shoot. Yeah, let's go ahead and just try and save those civilian lives. Whatever's left of them, anyways. Okay, I gotta just try and do whatever I can. I gotta get to cover fast. So that way I can keep up my health. Okay, I gotta just try and keep myself safe. Okay, let's shoot this guy, considering he was still alive. I don't know if I'm taking any people out here. I might, but I doubt it. Wait. Okay, that's Hesh right there. I don't really care about those other two. I really don't, because they're probably gonna die. Hesh, he's the only one with a different name, so I wouldn't doubt if he survives for at least a decent amount of time. You know what? I have heard that there's a character named Ghost in the Call of Duty games. Am I ever gonna get to meet him? Considering this game is called Call of Duty Ghost, so it only makes sense that I would get to meet him at some point or another. Let's just try and take out these enemy soldiers and try and push them back. Because I gotta keep everyone alive. No, there's a grenade. Let's just see what I can do. I gotta get I gotta get to cover and fast. Did I get headshot or something? Because Jesus Christ, that would be awful if I got headshot right there. But yeah, let's just see what I can do. You know what? Let's just try and get over to this car. Considering that does seem like the best form of cover. All right, is that a grenade? Yep, I killed some of those soldiers. Let's try and take out some more of them already. Yeah, I gotta get to cover. Move out of the way, Hesh, so I can survive. Okay, maybe I can try and take out some of these soldiers in the helicopter. Did I die or something? I was killed by a grenade. It didn't even give me the... Jesus Christ. It didn't even give me the acknowledgement that there was a grenade. Let alone that one could even still be thrown. You know, let's just try and take out this helicopter too. Since it's gotta be, destroyed. Alright, I gotta get to some cover. There's still some soldiers here, so let's just try and see what I can do. Yeah, let's just try and get over here, so that way I can survive. What did I die to? How was I still in range for that grenade? Like, genuinely, how was I still in range for that? I should have been out of range easily a long time ago by the time that I got there. You know? But either way, let's just try and take out some of these soldiers. Alright, I gotta just try and keep myself back. At least by some. Alright, that probably took out some of those soldiers. You know what? I'm gonna stay back for most of this fight, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think I got trapped by the grenade. Let's get to cover here, so that way I can heal up. For obvious reasons, so that way I don't die. Wait, how are they moving in? I don't want to die just in case, Alright, let's just see what I can do to keep everyone safe. That grenade, that was more of an accidental throw of grenade. Let's get over to this car so that way I can, at least... I have no clue how I ducked all that fire right there. I genuinely have no clue. You know what, I'm gonna stay back for as much as I possibly can. So that way I can, at least survive, because I don't want to get sent back again. Alright, hopefully that killed at least one soldier. Let's throw a grenade. Yeah, I'm honestly doing a lot better than what I thought I would. Yeah, let's throw a grenade. I'm out of grenades already. Let's run over here, because I don't want to die to that grenade. There's some soldiers still here that I gotta take out. Hopefully I can survive for the rest of this fight. Man, I am out of grenades. Wait, there's some up here. Yeah, I didn't see them until it was almost too late. Crap! I gotta just run. Yeah, there was no way I could survive otherwise. Let's just try and take out some of these soldiers. So that way I can survive at least some. What was I getting hit by? You know what? Ooh, was I getting hit by? Let's just try and, run back over here so that way I can survive at least some. The gunfire seems to have stopped, at least some. Is this the end of it? Because it sure feels like the end of it. Let's just try and take out some of these enemy soldiers here. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what else to really do, considering I'm almost out of ammo, and there's still a lot of soldiers here. Let's just try and fill up my ammo reserves. Okay, I think I'm doing a lot better. Alright, let's just see what I can get done here, because there has to be something I can get done with all these remaining soldiers. Yeah, I only have 11 shots left. So yeah, I gotta just try and do whatever I can. Yeah, let's just try and make my way through, actually. Huh. Yeah, where do I gotta go? Alright, I think that there's some soldiers here. Yeah, I don't know what else to really do, if I'm being honest. I gotta get to this cover, so that way I don't die. Yeah, I can get an easy shot on that soldier right there. Let's just see what I can do. I know that there has to be very little soldiers left. Like, there's just no chance there isn't. Okay, I can get some pretty decent kills. Yeah, honestly, it's harder for me to get shots at a distance since I'm more of a close-range shooter, as shown with my Resident Evil series. But I have managed to get a few long-range shots here and there. Okay, let's just keep moving. Is this gonna be the end of the mission? Because honestly, I just want to pause the game and see what I can do. Wait, what's this? I am taking this. Oh, it's gonna be so fun. Yeah, this is gonna be so fun, isn't it? Wait, what do I have to fire at? I think I just have to... Wait, I have to take out enemy choppers. Yeah, that missed. Let's just see what I can do regardless. Wait, that still hit? I am so confused at how that hit. You know? Let's just see what I can do regardless. Because I am surprised that hit. Like, honestly, I am. Hey, at least I got a rocket launcher. You know, out of all this. Yeah, that doesn't make me feel safe, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I gotta just try and reload and hit this thing with, more rockets. I think it might be about to go down. So let's just try and fire at this thing. Yeah, I gotta get more ammo. Let's just try and grab whatever I can. Yeah, I think it went down, actually. That was honestly quite surprising that it seemed like I hit... You know what, I'm not even gonna question it. Like, I'm not even gonna question how those hit, even though they should have clearly missed. You know? Alright. Let's just try and get in the back of this thing already. You know what? I'm gonna pause the recording to see how long I've been going for. Alright, sorry about that. Let's just go ahead and hop back into the... Jesus Christ, Hesh, move out of the way. But yeah, let's go ahead and enter the ATV. Just to see what I can do. Am I gonna get a weapon or something? Because honestly, it would be kind of fitting if I did. You know, considering I'm angled like this, there's a giant hole right here that would be perfect for like a turret or something. Yeah, it would just be kind of fitting if I got at least a turret, to some degree. Alright. Fort Santa Monica. You know what? That's going to be the end of today's video. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.